Hey everybody, welcome to part 1 of my first video series, 3 golden acting opportunities you may have missed in your Shakespeare monologue. My name's Kyle Downing, I'm a Shakespeare coach in New York City, and I'm here to talk to you today about a play called Twelfth Night. Now the main protagonist in Twelfth Night is a girl named Viola, who dresses up as a boy and goes under the name Cesario in order to work as a servant in the Duke Orsino's court. So what I want to talk to you about today is Viola's Act 2, Scene 2 monologue, better known as the Ring speech. A little bit of background on this monologue, right? Viola has just come from the Lady Olivia's court where she delivered a message of the Duke Orsino's love, right? But after she leaves, Olivia's servant Malvolio chases her down, throws this ring at her, and says, "My Lady Olivia wants nothing to do with your lord's ring." Now Viola picks up the ring and says, "I never gave her a ring. This is so confusing." That's where the monologue starts. So, let's look at the text. So this monologue definitely has a few irregularities in the meter, a couple of trochees, a few feminine endings here and there, but my favorite little Easter egg is right here in the blue text, right? "Alas, our frailty is the cause, not we, for such as we are made of, such we be." It's a rhyming couplet. Now when Shakespeare uses a rhyming couplet, it's usually to establish one of two things. The first is something I like to call a heightened poetic atmosphere. Check out this monologue from Love's Labour's Lost, where Berowne makes fun of his friends for falling in love. Now in it, Shakespeare uses a consecutive series of rhyming couplets at a climactic moment in the play. What we can interpret from this is that Berowne's emotion is so extreme at this point in the play that he can no longer speak normally and has to express his feelings through poetry. But since the rhyming couplet we looked at stands by itself, it's probably not an example of heightened poetic atmosphere. Which leads me to the second reason Shakespeare uses rhyming couplets. Closure. When Shakespeare uses a single rhyming couplet, it usually marks a character's exit, the end of a scene, or sometimes even the end of a play. So then, why would Shakespeare take a random rhyming couplet and stick it smack dab in the middle of Viola's soliloquy? One possible answer is that he was giving the actor a golden opportunity for a false exit. See, if the actor playing Viola were to take the blue text and treat it as though it were the end of the monologue, she could begin to leave the stage and allow the next thought to stop her in her tracks. It's probably no coincidence that Shakespeare began the next line with a trochee, meaning that the first syllable of a line is emphasized instead of the usual second. This kind of irregularity in the meter usually signifies a sudden thought or action, and can catch the listener's attention in a really subtle way, even if they don't quite realize why. Obviously, my interpretation's not the only interpretation that works, right? But it makes sense within the action of the monologue, it's supported by the structure of the text, and it's creative and interesting, which is something that casting directors are always on the lookout for. Now, check this out. The two words highlighted in yellow are really special and important to this monologue. Plus, they help to tell us a lot about Viola's emotional state during this speech. But why? And what's the trap in the green text that actors commonly fall for? To find out the answers to these questions, and to learn the one simple actor trick that can help make this monologue brilliant from beginning to end, send me an email, visit my website, or hit me up on social media. Here's how. Check this out. For more free tips, hints, and material suggestions from all 37 of Shakespeare's plays, you can subscribe to my YouTube channel by visiting my website, www.kyledowning.com/Shakespeare, and clicking on the blue subscribe button at the top of the page. You can also follow me on Twitter, Facebook, or Instagram. Got a question? Tweet it at me, and I might just answer it in one of my future videos. And to book me for a private coaching session, send me an email to nyshakesguy@gmail.com or fill out the contact form on my website. Thanks for listening, and keep up the hard work on your bard work.